get your mind together.
Tonight on The Experience, we're going to talk about curling. And if you haven't been curling, we're going to give you an invitation to head out to beautiful Petersham and go to the Petersham Curling Club. So we'll show you that coming up in just a few minutes. But we're going to start with some politics because, boy, it is right around the corner. We're almost there. We're almost to Election Day. And probably somebody who is very pleased about that is my first guest, Winthrop Handy. And Winthrop, thanks so much for coming on. We are just a few days away, really, from the election. Boy, I mean, it's been a long time. Tell me a little bit about what it's been like for you out there. And you're unique in that you are running as an independent.
That's right, Hank. As an independent in Worcester County, actually 56% of all people in Worcester County are unenrolled or independent. Only 26% are Democrats, 16% are Republicans. So I represent the majority, and I'm out there. I need their votes. I need their help. I don't have the big, expensive campaign backing that my other opponents have. So I rely on my website, winthrophandy.com. I need people to go there and they can see what I'm standing for.
It's interesting. You just said, when 56% identify themselves as independents. But of course, it's not an organized party. It just means that they don't want to be affiliated with the Democrats or the Republicans. You're running against an incumbent, Jim O'Day.
That's correct.
You're from West Boylston as well as you run for state rep. What do you think about that, though? I mean, again, about that independent handle. What does it mean for you? Are you a little more to the right of center, a little to the left? Are you right in the middle?
I guess I'd put myself as the jobs candidate, and if that has to be in the middle, that's where I am. I've been an elected official for 15 years on the light board in West Boylston, and it's something where it turns out there's 3 business people like myself, small business owners, and we've tried to give the customers good value. We've put in a solar park. Our group, our manager, we were instrumental in building Berkshire Wind, and that's on my website too. You can see it. It's 10 1.5 megawatt GE wind turbines that we put up in Hancock, Mass. Where the wind is, the best wind is out towards New York State and out in the Berkshires. So we've got that with central Massachusetts towns. We're providing energy for 6,000 to 7,000 homes. And we did it ourselves. We asked for that TARP money from the governor. We asked Ian Bowles, his energy secretary. We were denied. So we had to come up with, it was $53 million to begin with. There were problems with a judge overruled that the project, even though it was underway, we had 1.5 towers up. She shut the project down because someone had bought land that looked at our wind turbines, and they were going to put in condos.
So you know what it's like to work with government. You know what it's like to overcome some obstacles as well. And it's clearly not about party for you then, and that's part of this.
No, it's working together.
It's about your ideas and getting things done. What are some of the other ideas that you might have that would differentiate yourself from your opponents?
Well, in Worcester, for me, it's jobs. I want to see at the Worcester Airport, I want to see that finally used. It's beautiful. There's 100 acres of land up there. I want to see 2 casinos at the airport.
So you want to see it used, but you don't want to see it used as an airport?
Well, it can still be used as an airport. Someone like Steve Wynn, in Vegas, he's probably a mile from the runway where you can fly in to all the casinos. Worcester would be a similar type of arrangement where you'd attract someone like him and to come in, write the check. It's $400,000 just to get in the game with the state agency to petition for a casino. So there's an access road. We could access off the Mass Pike right near Route 56. We could bring it in, cross over 9. And so we wouldn't involve a lot of the neighborhoods.
Now, would you still, so you'd build the access road, would you still you want to attract a carrier like a U.S. Air?
I would. I think we'd need it there, and I think it would give them incentive to come in. It's like building Whalen Park. That was built at the end of a trolley line, and they built it to increase ridership. So if you've got an airport that can attract people that want to fly in and go to a casino, have entertainment, come into Worcester for great restaurants, so the whole area.
It would do one part. I mean, you've been talking about jobs as your main focus, so it would certainly create jobs. What would it do, though, to the communities? What would it do to West Boylston? What would it do to Worcester to have, because there doesn't always seem to be a lot of spin-off from casinos.
I think if you look at Mohegan Sun, you go on their website, they've created 10,000 jobs, and that's a casino that's pretty much sitting in the woods. Here's one that's right in the heart of the second largest city in Massachusetts, and we're the heart of New England. Everything, it's so easy to access roads to get in here now. It would be terrific. It's like a no-brainer. They're thinking of putting it in Palmer or Milford. Springfield, they're looking at a $930 million casino. This would be a trump card for Worcester to have this here, and it would attract lots of jobs. It would attract interest in the city.
You think it's too late for us already to get in the game on that?
No, I don't think it's too late at all. I think the commission, there's plenty of time, but it takes $400,000, which someone that's interested in here, they'd have to pay that, and we'd also expect them to put in the access road.
Well, that would certainly be one revenue stream. When we look at the amount of money that is coming back to the cities and towns, it does seem as if it continues to go down. Would there be other ways to get more money coming back to the local communities?
I like at WPI, I've gone to it, it's called the Venture Forum. You can go promote an idea, they have venture capitalists, lawyers, they'll tell you either you're all wet or you got a great idea. And so it's for entrepreneurs. So I'd like to see that expanded to all the college consortium, vocational schools, high schools, get everybody on the right track to getting a job. That's what's most important. But use the old courthouse as startup space. Get people a little bit of money. There's going to be failures, but there's going to be huge success too. And Arts Worcester, they've been in a little building on South Main for so long. Give them a break. Get them into either the Memorial Auditorium or a building like the Odd Fellows Home or someplace where...
And who would pay for that? Would that be the state to pay for that?
I would go for state funding. The state gladly funded Mass Mocha out in North Adams. They had a huge GE plant out there empty. And that brought in millions of jobs. I've gone to seminars at Clark University. They've done the modeling. They've said this would work in Worcester. This would really help. And we got all these tremendous groups. As an independent, I'm the one that I want to bring this all together and see it all finally work and take off for Worcester.
Well, these are unique ideas. It's also interesting, and I've sat with both of your opponents as well as they've sat in the chair that you're in. A little more conventional, I guess, is what I would say in their approach. They also identify jobs, for example, as being the #1 issue, but maybe a little more conventional in the way that they want to get some people back to work. I hadn't heard the ideas that you have come up with. How are these ideas going over with the people that you would represent?
I think they're receiving great interest. So many places you go, you see a church group. They're taking a bus tour to go to Mohegan Sun. Why not stay right in your own town? Keep the money here, keep the revenue here, the tax money stays in Worcester, and we've got to tie it in with everything. And I think that my two candidates, my two opponents, they're good managers, but I'm a leader that has some ideas, and it's time to come. I'm a small businessman. That's what differentiates me from them. I've worked for myself for 36 years. I take a camera every morning or a paintbrush and say, how am I going to pay my mortgage with this? What creative thing can I do today? And I've had as many as 8 employees at one time. Now I'm down to a very limited number, but it's the economy. And I'm just tired of seeing it be this way. And the other candidates, even our national candidates, at their debate recently, they didn't want to talk about the fact that Osama bin Laden tried to bring down the whole country, and the banks have pretty near succeeded in doing the same things.
Your closing argument or your pitch to the voter as to why to pick you on November 6th.
Well, you'd be picking me because I've got ideas, and I want to see Worcester grow. I'm not looking to worry about my next election or anything like that. I just want to see people finally working together. It's needed at a national level. It's certainly needed on a local level. We've got to stop the squabbling and just solve things. Worcester has always been, it's a city of immigrants. We've always worked together. It's been successful. There's a lot of empty shops and a lot of empty factories right now. We need to make jobs, relevant jobs in our education. Everything has got to just go in that line. And
terrific.
That's why I'm running.
Hey, best of luck on November 6th. And thank you
very much for
coming
having me.
this
I
evening.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it as well. Much more to come, and we're going to tell you a little bit about curling. You probably have seen it in the Olympics. Maybe you've won.